299 Queen Street West. This is Toronto's breaking news, CP24. Hello, IG and Lay.
And good evening, I'm Kyle Christie.
And we'll have Toronto's March break forecast in just a moment.
But first, right to our top story. The future of rapid transit in our city was up for debate in Scarborough tonight. A lively crowd gathered at Transit Townhall, hosted by the Toronto Taxpayers Coalition. TTC Chair Karen Stintz was on hand, along with former City Councillor Dr. Gordon Chong. He's written a report supporting the extension of the Shepherd Subway, while Stintz backs light rail transit. CP24's Rena Here has more from tonight's meeting.
We're here at the Scarborough Civic Centre, where a fairly heated debate has wrapped up tonight regarding the future of subways or LRT for the city of Scarborough. Now, we heard from TTC Chair Karen Stintz, and she said it was good to be here and talk to the people of Scarborough and tell them why the private sector can't finance a subway for their city.
There is a misconception that the private sector will pay for the subways. In fact, the private sector will finance subways, but as a city we would have to pay them back. And paying them back would require more taxes and tolls. And so I think people were just beginning to understand that during this discussion, and that's why I feel that it was very important that we have that discussion with the residents of Scarborough, so they understand that we have $1 billion and we want to invest it to make sure we get the most transit to the most people possible.
We also heard from Dr. Gordon Chong, who also talked about the role the private sector would play and how these subways would be financed.
I know the private sector will come forward because I've spoken to private financial institutions, and they're waiting for it. And you heard a couple of people talk about the pension funds. Pension funds are interested as well. What we need to do is get all the I's dotted and the T's crossed so that we can go out and do a request for proposals.
And how long will that take?
That's going to take 6 to 12 months. We could have been doing it had we had cooperation from the TTC. They've blocked us every step of the way.
So here at the Scarborough Civic Centre tonight, we heard from both sides. We heard from TTC Chair Karen Stintz, who said we have less than $1 billion to work with, and it is not possible to build a subway for Scarborough without raising taxes. And then we heard from Dr. Gordon Chong tonight. He said it's all in his plan. He just needs 6 months to make it happen. This is Rena here with CP24.